Evening, Capricorn. I've drawn the cards off of the camera. I'm learning, I'm new. Hi, my name's Ashton. I've been a tarot reader for about 10 years. And we're working with today. We're learning, we're growing. Got some psychedelic jams in the background, and we're gonna see how this goes. So, like I said, I've been a tarot reader for about 10 years. Capricorn, today your spread, your advice. I like to work a little free form. I don't really do spreads. I mean, I will if you request one, but I've personally really like to just let the cards speak to me and tell me what they think. This may not be as fast as other readers that you've seen out there, but we're brand new, we're fresh, we're getting started. So, Capricorn, I'm gonna pull 3 clarifiers for you. In fact, starting with this Nine of Pentacles. Tell me a story, Capricorn. What's going on with you in the month of July? Oh, okay. Got a 9 of Wands, a Hierophant. I do think that is a cross. One more card, please. And then I'm gonna go through the rest of the deck and see if anything else pops out. Now, normally I'm not a big fan of taking multiple cards if they pop out at the same time, but in this case they did. So we're gonna go through that in just a second. So Capricorn, the first thing that I see when I see this Nine of Pentacles reversed is I see somebody who is not happy with where they're at in life, even if you have everything you thought that you wanted. You're unsatisfied. Something about where you're at, and it seems like you've achieved a goal, because the Nine of Pentacles upright is about abundance and things of that nature. It doesn't feel that way though. No, it is reversed. But for me, this is feeling like the angst, the anxiety. Angst is the best word. Maybe a little bit of resentment of somebody who has what they thought they wanted, and it doesn't feel as satisfying as you thought it would. Now with this Queen of Cups upside down, normally she's very flowing, she's emotional. Can you, kitty cat? She's got the zoomies in the middle of the night. You'll have to excuse her. But normally she's flowing, she's upright, she's emotionally mature, she's, my best friend is a Pisces, and I kind of see her this way. But I don't feel, maybe it's a woman in your space, but that doesn't, I mean, it could be. It does feel right for some of you. But what I'm really feeling is if you are a woman, you have maybe what you thought you wanted, but it didn't play out, or it's not satisfying the way you thought it would. Or it could be that you, true to your nature, are never quite as satisfied as you wish you could be. Maybe not wish you could be. You're never quite as satisfied as you think that you're going to be. You've accomplished something, maybe a lot of some things. Maybe you have that position that you wanted, but it's not quite what you thought it would feel like. And I see this crossed, these 2 cards combined, crossed by this 6 of Swords. Did I show you the cards? I don't think I did. I think I did in the last video, and then I didn't use that video. So your first card, Capricorn, is this Nine of Pentacles, which you got it upside down. So we had a reversed Nine of Pentacles. We had a reversed Queen of Cups. We had it crossed by the 6 of Swords, I'm sorry, 6 of Swords. We have your 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, 5 of Wands. So with the 6, going back to what we had been saying, I see a lot of dissatisfaction here. I see a lot of, Capricorn, I see you actually keeping that standard Queen of Cups reversed energy can be a little bit emotionally combative. I see you keeping it under wraps. I see you keeping it close to the chest and not really letting anybody see you sweat, despite the fact that you are, there's a feeling of restlessness underneath. There's a feeling of this not being enough, and you're not quite there. Maybe you're close enough, but it's not exactly what you want. And you are not going to be stopped. I see this 6 of Swords as a transition into the next phase, into the next thing that you're going after, the next thing that you want, or into just working through what was supposed to be so satisfying that is not. And now as I look through, you got your Five of Pentacles here, I do believe that is exactly what's going on here. There's a sense of feeling left out in the cold. There's a sense of that scarcity. The Two of Wands looking out to the future. And the thing I always find funny about this one is there's only a hand on the future. There's only a hand on the wand that is facing towards what is coming next. There is not a hand on the wand in behind you, which tells me you're not really, I mean, it's, again, it goes with the Nine of Pentacles. You are in a position, in a place of satisfaction of what you've achieved, but it isn't enough. This Five of Wands here tells me of more conflict. It feels like professional conflict. Maybe professional for you doesn't mean a corporate setting. Maybe it just means a life purpose setting. It doesn't necessarily feel financial in of itself, but whatever it is that you're doing, it feels like this isn't enough. It could be a love relationship. I don't feel a whole lot of that there. Love feels kind of solid for you right now. If not solid, at least stable. If you're single, you may not be feeling like going out and dating and all of those good things. It feels more like life purpose for you. So with the clarifiers that I pulled, just for funsies, I've got the Nine of Wands, where you've got the Nine of Wands crossed by the Hierophant. We've got the Six of Wands reversed. So, reversed for you. Doing all this backwards, bear with me. We've got a High Priestess. That light likes to catch. And we've got a Five of Cups here. Interesting. I just got a little bit of a download. So with this Nine of Wands here, like I said earlier, it's like you're going through something that you finally accomplished. You came to the end of that conflict time. You're a little bit battered, but you're still moving forward. The Hierophant crossing this tells me that whatever it is that's obstructing your path from where you're at and where you want to be has something to do with traditional values, maybe just a structure, maybe just the way that you've planned it out in your head. You're realizing the people who warned you against rigidity, maybe they were right and you don't necessarily want to admit that they're right, which is your nature. But I don't think that this is it's not a terrible read. It's not, you're not stuck. And you don't feel stuck either. You feel a little bit maybe indignant because you don't want to admit that maybe some people tried to warn you about this and they were right. And that's totally fine. We all have pride. We all have ego. I'm the worst about it. The Virgo moon, I think of Virgo rising and a Libra moon, sun. I'm gonna learn words one day. Not today though. So Six of Wands reversed is telling me of a victory that should have been a victory, but is not. And the High Priestess next to this Five of Cups is telling me that an imbalance maybe was used to achieve all of this. Maybe you just put your nose to the grindstone and you worked really hard. Now you got here and it doesn't feel as satisfying as you thought it would. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that inherently. This Five of Cups here tells me of grief. Maybe you missed out on having a good, maybe it was a college thing. Maybe during college, you really put your nose to the grindstone, and now that you've gotten out into the working world, you realize that you've missed out on some parts of your youth. It's feeling something like that, but that is a universal idea. It's not necessarily applicable 100% to your specific situation. It's that feeling of missing out. It's that FOMO feeling. And what I love about the Five of Cups, and what I always love about the Five of Cups, is those two cups there in the back. The two cups, I think there was something else with a two here somewhere besides the Two of Wands. I think that what it is you're missing out on fulfillment. There's something about harmony that is not being experienced here, and it has something to do with the tradition or the structure of the way that you have life set up at present. So let's move these over to the side, see if I can move these over here. Let's get a little bit more working space. And let's see what else we can come up with. Give me at least 3 cards, guys. tell me, what's the advice? What is the advice? I believe, is that meant to come upside down? Let me take a look-see at that one. Sometimes when they pop out, they like to pop out all which ways, and I can't tell based on how they land, how they were supposed to. Okay, we're gonna keep going because these are some pretty neutral cards. Okay, did you want to come out, big guy? You did. Go through the rest of these cards. Okay, what is our last? Ooh, interesting. So for these, we have ourselves the Nine of Swords reversed. We have Three of Wands. Were you supposed to be reversed? Upright. I think you were supposed to be reversed. So you have the Three of Wands, but upside down, reversed. You have the Two of Pentacles, and you have, if I can pick her up, the Empress. She's one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. Now, for the advice here, how do you get out of this feeling of, I've made it, I've come so far, and I'm just not as satisfied as I thought I would, or should be? The Nine of Swords to me says, slow down and let go of your nightmares. Let go of the way you thought things should be. There's a lot more in front of you. There's a lot more in front of you, or behind you, that's waiting for you than all of the things you can see right now, and all of the things that you are worried about. All of this, let go of those things so that you can see these Two Cups behind you. That's what I'm getting from that card. The Cup was upright. And then with the Three of Wands reversed, normally the Three of Wands is about waiting for your ships to come in, that future planning. To me, this says stop and smell the roses right where you're at for just a spell. It doesn't mean that you can't move on as soon as you want to move on. Of course you can. But you're really good, Capricorn, at always pushing yourself, at always doing that more than you need to. To me, this is saying stop, smell the roses where you are, make a decision about where you really want to be. Not where you think you should be, not what you think you should have. What is speaking to you? What is yours, and what do you want to be yours in this world? The only way you're going to meet that fulfillment is to stop and really figure that out. Stop looking for the horizon, for that next big thing that's going to teach you to maybe be what it is you think you want to be. Be what you actually want to be. You're getting louder, sir. Very rude with my mood music to talk over me. That's Two of Pentacles is exactly what I was saying before. It's weighing your options. It's figuring out what it is you genuinely want to be. What do you want to do? How do you want to spend the time that you've now established for yourself? Because whatever this is not fully fulfilling in the way that you thought it would be. And this Empress here, at the end here, tells me, you know, I thought I had it in my head, but I don't know. And I think I don't know because you're not fully certain of it either. I think it's telling you to be quiet, let it come to you. It takes time. I always think about the Empress and her pregnant belly, how it takes time for that baby inside of her to come to fruition. Instead of, there's fertility, there's home and hearth, of course there's all the things that the Empress normally is. But when I see this card, what I think about is the time that it takes to plant that seed and grow that seed. It took you a while to get here. It took you a while to figure all of this out. So the place that you're going next, the place that feels right to you, the place that feels like fulfillment, if it's not what you've been working towards all of this time, give yourself a little bit of space to really figure out what it is that you would like to do next. And make sure whatever it is, it feels like home. Whatever it is needs to feel like something you're proud of, something that gives you contentment, not something that makes you feel like you have to conquer the world 24/7. You're very good at it. It seems like you've done a lot of conquering the world, but that conquering feeling didn't last with you. It didn't stay. So it's time to figure out, take a little pregnant pause and figure out what's going to give you this feeling of home and hearth. That is my message for you right now. We will move on to the extended readings. So if you are watching us on YouTube, you can head on over to Patreon and you can hang out with us over there. Let's go over there. Let's see what we did next.